My name is Shawn Thomas. I am the founder of First Responder Conferences, and I am also a deputy in the state of Washington. In 2006, I became a member of our peer support team and started responding to all of our critical incidents that our deputies were involved with, helping them and their families through that process. Fast forward into 2015, my husband, who also just retired after 32 years from the department, was undergoing a lot of organizational stress amongst cumulative stress and started coping with alcohol. It got to the point where he realized that he needed some assistance, and I said, great, now what? We didn't feel comfortable talking to our department about it, so we reached out for a confidential resource and found him the help that he needed. During that process, I realized if we're both first responders and we don't know where to get help, there's got to be other people out there. So my peer support captain at the time suggested we put on a mental health and wellness conference for first responders and their families. And I thought, sure, how hard can a conference be? So I didn't realize all the work that goes into putting in a conference, but we had around 150 first responders attend, and at least 5 people that I know of reached out for help. So it was clear to me that there was a lot of first responders suffering in silence, and that I felt like departments could be doing better, but there really weren't very many programs at that time. So I had other first responders from different states say, hey, I really like what you're doing, can you put on a conference here? And so we just started to move forward and had conferences wherever people were requesting them.
We don't want you to just survive the job. We want you to thrive as a human being, as a person. And if you can do that, then that means you can be that as a first responder as well. And so it's about relationships with our loved ones, with our coworkers. It's about finances. It's about all the things that make us who we are all together.
Hi, my name is Amanda Brumbaugh. I'm the Assistant Director for First Responder Conferences. I'm also the proud wife of a detective in law enforcement who's been involved in law enforcement for 20 plus years. I found myself in a position where my spouse was really starting to show some of the signs of the mental health crisis that we talk about at these conferences. These conferences are wonderful. They bring together many resources and a variety of resources so that no matter what you're struggling with or what you are going through, you will have somebody or something that will be able to help you, or at least give you the information to assist you in getting the help that you need to heal yourself and just live a happy life.
This training is making everything more aware for people like us, you know, to have a way to deal with things where we could seek help. You know, I feel it's really important, you know, and I think that's why it can help with longevity in doing this job.
As we bring in new police officers, this kind of gives us a chance to give them information. When I started, nobody told me that there was counseling available. Nobody had that information. But now as a supervisor, that's one of the main things that I try and get across to them as soon as they come in, that there are resources available.
As we go through our careers, we see things that are that really people shouldn't have to see, but yet they do on a daily basis. And after a while, it starts to add up. And even if they don't think these issues are starting to affect them, they are, sometimes in a major way. So conferences like this give those people, first responders, tools so they can deal with what they have to deal with at work, so they can continue to be better, so they can continue to help the public and become more effective.
I personally have had to go into treatment for my substance abuse and for my PTSD, and it saved my life. As I say, sometimes it was the worst day of my life, but it was also the best day of my life. What I like about these conferences is that we get to share information that a lot of people just don't know about, as far as post-traumatic stress injury, substance abuse. They don't know sometimes what to look for. They also don't know what they can do about it, what resources are available. And that's the biggest thing, is that there are resources available that are confidential and can be trusted, so you can get the help that you need. I also love it when family members or spouses come to these, because as we know, the person who is suffering is usually the last one to know that they're suffering. However, the spouses or the people closest to them are the ones that know and see it firsthand, and they see it before the person who's suffering sees it.
I am retired law enforcement after 23 years. I was diagnosed with PTSD, depression, and a host of other things in 2017. It's really hard to ask for help when your job is to help everybody else. And having people share their stories and stuff, it's just awesome. And I've finally gotten to a point where I can talk about my PTSD and not be ashamed of it. And so that is really, that's why I love these conferences. That's why I go to as many as I can.